What's up guys, this is Zmok, and today I will show you my weekly chest, or weekly vault as you call it now, and my PvP upgrades. I made a video about this last week and it seemed like you guys liked it, so here is another one. We're gonna start out with my shaman here from the vault, and I was actually lucky to get a socket in my ring, and there was also some gloves here, and the gloves are actually more expensive, you know, in Conquest. And normally what I would do is go for like the expensive items in my weekly chest and then buy the cheap one for Conquest. But because my ring here had a socket and it was BIS stats, then I thought that this would be like the perfect upgrade this week. So for the Conquest points, I decided to buy the cloak because it's cheap, and I kind of hope to get the expensive items in the weekly vault since you have 3 choices now. And I managed to get 2.1k rating on my Paladin and on my Shaman, so I can upgrade these items instantly to 226. And by the way, the reason why I picked Haste Verse on Shaman is because of the maximum damage. You know I like damage. And on my Paladin here, I don't really have too many choices because I feel like it's a little bit hard if you have 3 characters and you need to do like all the weekly stuff on all the characters. But I did a lot of PP. As I said, I pushed to 2.1k rating in 2s. I want to go for 2.4k eventually, but I'm not sure when exactly that's going to happen. Because then you can actually do 233 weapons here in the weekly chest. But I wanted to pick the legs here, but because I used the legendary shock barrier legs, then I decided to go for the gloves instead, which is also a really good upgrade. And then once again I went to the Conquest vendor here on my Paladin. I wanted to buy something cheap because I hope to get the expensive items in the vault, as I said earlier. And in this case here I could choose between rings and cloak. Actually I could buy one of each. So instead of going for 2 rings, I decided to go for a cloak and a ring, because the cloak gives me intellect, which a ring does not. So here I bought my cloak and ring and upgraded it, but unfortunately I did not have enough honor to upgrade the ring to 226, but I'll just farm that later in the week. And some of you guys asked me what I played in Arena, and I played Holy Paladin together with Windwalker Monk, and it actually felt really good. Like whenever you were struggling or something, then the monk would just put a ring on you and then you could get away on your little pony. So it was actually a fairly easy push to 2.1k. It felt easier on my Paladin compared to my Shaman, but maybe that's also because I'm new to Shaman. And then on to my Druid. My Druid I did a little bit more Mythic Plus, but I didn't actually do 14, so that's why the second item level here is 223 and not 226. It's actually a little bit unfortunate because this was the item I wanted. It's a helm with a socket, Haste Verse, and Haste Verse is what I'm aiming for this season here on my Druid. I was thinking about getting the trinket, but then again the trinket is only 700 conquest, so I thought it would be better to get like this head here. It's a big increase in stats, and also the socket on top of that. And then for the fun part, for upgrading, I actually saved a lot of conquest up here on my Druid. I haven't spent anything at all so far, so I could buy 3 items this time here. I bought the cloak, then I bought a neck, and I bought a ring on top of that. So that was a huge upgrade on my Druid. I only got 1.8k rating in Arena on my Druid, so I could upgrade these items to 220 instantly, because I also farmed a lot of honor last week. For some reason I felt like it was really hard to push PvP on my Druid actually, because it felt so squishy kinda. And if you play Guardian Affinity, then I feel like you just didn't have any damage. So it was definitely a bit different compared to BFA. But the cool thing about playing Guardian Affinity is that you have the in-cap roar, which is good. You can wild charge to like an enemy, and then you can just like use the roar, and then you can just insta cyclone them after that. So it was more like a slow play compared to my Paladin, but it worked out eventually. But definitely way easier to push rating on my Shaman or Paladin at the moment. So as you can see, my Druid got a ton of upgrades just by having 1.8k rating. You don't necessarily need 1.8k, you can push 1.4, and I think you can get like 213 item level gear. It's a very good way to like fill the missing spots in your gear. So and then I just want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'll see you in the next video.